It's college football weekend. We're headed to Gainesville, Florida, to the Swamp. The Gators are hosting the University of Kentucky Wildcats. Two top 25 teams. Going to be an incredible game to see in person. A little bit more of a commando setup, a little more basic. Finding a truck stop somewhere along the way and just parking next to the trucks. No electric hookups, no water hookups, nothing like that. A little more basic, because I'm just myself this week. None of the girls with me, so not so many of the luxuries. Now heading to the shuttle to the swamp. It's gonna be a swampy day. It's already raining. Looks like it's gonna be a messy one. So it's cool to get in here to see the press box. I'll show you some of the different things, the different broadcast booths, home radio, visiting radio, national radio, the TV crew, a whole big circus that comes up here to the press box level. I got to go into the Skycam booth. That was really slick. I've never seen that before. The guy on the left flies the camera, and then the guy on the right operates the camera. So it's a two-man setup. And the guy that was flying the camera, he was flying around a radio antenna, and so he was trying to make sure he's marking it off of its boundary so that when the game came, his camera wouldn't allow himself to fly into that antenna. So he's marking off like barriers. I thought that was pretty cool. Really, really awesome to see.
Now on the defensive line for your number 92, Jalen Lee.
Air-conditioned benches, Ian Fitzsimmons.
It will turn sweat to ice in about 15 seconds. And guess what? I might stick to this thing. I'm sweating great.
awesome to get to be down on the field with the sideline reporter Ian Fitzsimmons. Ian actually got me into radio back in 2017. Awesome guy. But the job of the sideline reporter is to be the eyes and ears at field level. He's talking with the coaches before the game. He's talking with players. He also has some stories behind the scenes. He's a little bit more of anything human interest stories throughout the course of the game. But he's also checking on injury status as guys get dinged up. He's checking on body language of players in between drives and everything. So he's that guy he's all over the field, and you'll see that he's running back from one sideline to the other, behind the bench, all over the place. So let's go in now to the radio broadcast booth, and I'll tell you what each job of each guy is doing. Starting left to right, on the left is the spotter, that's Ken. His job is to be another set of eyes for the play-by-play voice. You'll see he's got a little metal pointer that he points to the two-deep card, the depth chart that the play-by-play uses to make sure, hey, this guy made the tackle, hey, this guy caught the pass. They also have a set of sign language that they use about a pass was batted or bobbled, a catch was bobbled, or there was a penalty, or there was a fumble, or any different list of communications they have with that sign language they've worked with over the years. Next guy is the play-by-play voice. That's Mark Kestisher. In the world of calling games, radio is a bigger lift for the analyst, or the play-by-play guy. He's got to describe everything, because it's audio-only format. On television, it's more of a job for the analyst, because you have all of the visuals, and it's the job of the analyst to fill in the cracks and tell all the context behind what you see. So in radio, it's a bigger job for the play-by-play. After Kestisher, it's Keith Parsons, the statistician, and he's doing just that. He's keeping track of how long this drive is, how many sacks there are, what his completion percentage is, the completed pass was for how many yards. He has a little piece of scrap paper that you'll see that he keeps with him at all times, and he'll write down however many yards the play was and show it to the play-by-play voice. It's a beautiful dance between those three guys, and those three guys have been working together for a while, the spotter, statistician, and the play-by-play. And then after that, the guy on the very right is the color analyst. That's the job I've had in years past. It's Kelly Stauffer, and his job is a former player, quarterback. His job is to give the analysis of why things are happening. So it's a fun, beautiful little dance. It's a much more skeleton crew on the radio side. Smaller amount of people. There's just 6 people, really. The 4 guys up in the booth, a producer, an engineer, and a guy down on the field and the sideline reporter. So it's just 6 guys to put on a national radio broadcast, whereas with television, you've got 50, 60 guys between audio and video and people at the truck. It's a much bigger operation. Oh, another thing too to point out, each of the guys have their own depth charts. That's really the guide that these guys use. They write tons of notes. You write pages of notes studying during the week, and then you transfer that to that 2D, has the information, heights, weights, backgrounds, interesting stories of each of the guys, each of the play-by-play and the analyst will use that. And then the analyst often has a replay monitor. It's really just the TV copy. It's usually on a little bit of a delay, so you can get an opportunity to get a couple of looks at the play as you're describing it, see if anything jumps out to you there as well.
Yeah, because there was a little giddy up in that step out to the edge.
Quick pass intercepted by Kentucky at the 40-yard line. Down the left sideline to the 30 is Keidron Smith to the 20, and he takes it into the end zone. Another interception by Anthony Richardson, and that turns into a 65-yard pick six for Keidron Smith.
What happened is Naquan Wright, the running back, moved out into an empty set, and he was the wide receiver out wide. And what happens is you have this situation, if you have a wide receiver out there, if it's press coverage, you convert that hitch into a fade. But there's this gray area that sometimes even quarterbacks and true wide receivers do not understand, and it was miscommunication. Wright went deep. The quarterback, Richardson, threw the hitch right into the waiting arms of the corner sitting out there.
Extra point is up and good.
What an awesome dance to watch those guys do what they do. I got the capture one of the interceptions for a pick six. That was really cool to see the way it came into the shot there. So really, really cool to see that.
Richardson's pass incomplete in the end zone. Our final score, Kentucky 26, Florida 16.
Please travel safe. We'll see you at the next home game.
What a fun day. Getting to spend all that time with the ESPN Radio guys. They're the best of the best, man. They love their job. They do a great job at it, and yeah, it's fun to be able to watch them work. I've worked with them, but when you're doing it, you're so focused on execution, you can't really appreciate it. So it was a ton of fun to spend that time with them. It was a great game all the way down to the end, and that's all you can ask for is a great game. So it was a blast to look around and to show this to you, and now the only thing left is to get back to the RV, make sure nobody's torn that up. Best part, I don't have to fight the traffic to get out of here. I think I'm just gonna sleep in this parking lot tonight. We'll see how that goes. So I think that'll be it for this video. I really appreciate it. If you liked seeing some of this behind the scenes stuff, I'm gonna keep trying to do more. Go back and check out some of my others. I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. I think that's how these things work. I appreciate it.